It's great to have everybody down here at Cranfield today. Last year we held the event up at Sutton Bonington and we tried to move it around the partners each year.
This year what we focused on particularly is looking at how the ATP is being delivered and also how the ATP links up with the agri-tech strategy that's recently been announced in July. So one of the key elements of the agri-tech strategy is to make sure that industry is engaged with research and how some of the work that's going on in academia can be translated to benefit agriculture.
Everything from one day sort of CPD courses, that might be a field day or a day in the lab or a workshop type experience, or right through to a course that they can build up over a number of weeks, months and years.
And it's all around making sure that people have got the skills so that they can take the knowledge that has been generated in academia and also research institutes, take that out into the field and benefit the retailer and also benefit the consumer. So we started off with James Dancy, who's from DEFRA. He's been one of the people who's been involved in developing the agri-tech strategy. And then we had Sean Rickard, and he was really challenging us and saying, look, what is the future for agriculture? How can we make sure that some of the farming communities are more efficient than they currently are? So those were the keynote addresses.
We recognise that some of the people coming here today are quite familiar with the ATP. They've been involved with the ATP for some time now, but there are others for whom this was the first time that they've engaged with us. So we put on a second stream to tell people really where we've come from, what this is all about, how we operate and what are the opportunities for them to engage. And it was great because we've had people coming along from some of the big agri-food businesses, people who are involved in HR, people who are training managers within those industries. So we're able to talk to them about how the ATP is set up, what are the options for doing different types of courses, different modes of study, ranging from e-learning through to full contact time study.
And they were looking for training opportunities and trying to identify specific courses and qualifications that would be suitable for their team. So I think it worked really well, and that we were able to explain the training and the funding courses that are available, and people were able to ask questions and find out more about the specific opportunities that they could engage in.
And the theme that I was involved in was all around looking at translational research. So we started off with Jonathan Napier. He works at Rothamsted, and Jonathan was talking about his work on some of the fatty acid products that are largely produced in fish, which come from algae, and the problems that there's going to be unless the stocks of materials that go to feed fish actually are replaced by other things. So he was talking about transgenic technologies and the value of that, particularly produce these long chain fatty acids. And then we had Liam Terry, who's from Cranfield, and he was talking about some of the more fundamental ways that you can improve produce, particularly around ethylene, and how that could be manipulated to improve produce, such as onions and potatoes and strawberries. And then we had a talk from the Eurofin organisation talking about how they're using diagnostics within Eurofin to try and make sure that we could authenticate products which linked into the horse meat scandal and also where you actually get fish from. And that particularly interesting talk was delivered by Liz Patterson, who works for Eurofin.
So we had some stands that were giving out information about the ATP, things like calendars of courses, what's coming up next, information on how people can apply for bursaries and some of the mechanics of operating the course. But also we had the opportunity to demonstrate some of the learning materials we've been developing, to give people a chance to play with them hands-on, see what they look like.
We've had a number of new people, individuals that I hadn't seen before, and it's been great to network with them, and also a lot of representatives from the 100 or so companies that are involved in the ATP. They've turned up and supported the event.
Yeah, so I think it's been a successful day today. We've engaged with a number of new companies that haven't so far participated in any of the training, alongside some that have already tasted training and are looking forward to taking some more training courses in the future. So over the years we hope to build that network further, have a larger community, and to keep engaging in that community through the e-materials, the social media over the year, and then with our annual training forum in the future, and hope to meet those people again, along with hopefully some more new companies again as well.